sure you've. I mean, like one of the other things that we enjoy, you and me, and
Yes.
Thomas, but he's not here, so fuck him. And Zolf is quarantining, landing, something like that. So
Landing. Yeah.
Zolf's
He
going to
said.
be eventually on the show, which is great.
Yeah. He'll be back. He'll be back on Monday. He'll be back
Yes,
next week.
yes. But so I was a huge fan of Wonder Woman 84. I thought it was great.
I mean, I haven't seen it yet.
And well, have you seen a lot of the posts about it and whatnot? And everybody bitching and complaining. And see, and my only thing is, you know what? It was a sequel, and you know, sequels are never really as good as the originals, and I get that.
Yeah.
But everybody just whining and complaining and bitching and you know, and like, you know, oh, the movie sucked, the writing was horrible, and you know, like the acting was stale and this and that and the other thing, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Have they not
like
seen stuff in the 80s?
Were you not expecting were you expecting Shakespeare? Like like
Othello.
To put things bluntly, it's oh fuck, it's a comic book movie. Like, well, that just wasn't believable.
Neither is fantasy football, so fuck off. Look,
you know, it's the same people that sit there and go, you know, like they watch Daredevil and they're like, you know, I don't think he can actually do that. But you were okay with the Norse guy, fucking the God of Thunder. Like, that's not a problem. But the blind guy parkouring around fucking Hell's Kitchen, it's a bridge too far. Like, I can suspend my disbelief, but let's draw a line somewhere, shall we?
You know, we were finding the 70s where, you know, it was like, Captain Leader, you are now my new commander. Okay, get rid of the body. Move him. that was okay, but, you know, what they're saying about one of them is too far. Look, as you put it, it's a movie. It's a comic book movie. It's a sequel. But keep in mind, and I think this is what people are missing, it's Wonder Woman 84. We've seen Wonder Woman World War II. They didn't bring her present day. We've already seen that. It's her in 1984. If anybody has watched, let's say, Linda Carter in her Wonder Woman run when she first came about, they kind of get the feel of what the 80s were. If you weren't born in the 80s, don't talk about the 80s. If you don't know about the 80s, don't criticize the 80s. You have to look at, you know, how the camera techniques were, how the camera angles, the technology that was there for 80s, for special effects and all that. So to capture the 80s, we're going to look back at it. We're going to see neon colors and fanny packs and parachute pants, and all that stuff was alive somewhat in the 80s, you know.
But even still, the Linda Carter Wonder Woman, that was late 70s, early 80s.
Yep.
But for a bit of the series, that was based in the 40s.
Yeah, it was.
I think the whole first season pretty much was the 40s, and then they updated it kind of.
Right.
You know, but there was none of this, like, you know. But it's just, I mean, like the WandaVision. Have you been keeping up with WandaVision?
Well, every week it comes out, Dave. Sorry, my eyes twitching. Absolutely, WandaVision is amazing. At first I watched the first 2 episodes when they released it, you know, on Disney Plus, and I'm like, okay, it's weird, right? And they did that on purpose. Good on them. Good on them. But then the as the saying goes, the devil is in the details. You watch all the small things, and it's leading up to a great picture. I'm happy that it's not a straightforward superhero knockout bang out kind of thing, right? Because in comic books, there's different genres. You have your straight superhero, supervillain fight One's taking over the world, one's stopping them. Okay, we got
Right.
that, right? Then there's your horror comics. There's your suspense comics. There's your war comics. So comic books don't have just one genre as comic books as people classify them. They have different subclasses in them, right? Because, there is Conan, that's more fantasy, and he was in the comic books, that's where, and books. Tomb of Dracula, that there is your horror. Tales from the Crypt, horror. Blade, even though Blade is a superhero, he's fighting the supernatural.
Right.
Right? And then there's, Nick Fury. Before Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., he was Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos. That was a war comic with Sergeant Rock from DC. DC had Sergeant Rock. Marvel had Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos. So
and just so I might point out, just so people don't get freaked out by my next statement, Nick Fury used to be white.
Yeah.
The original guy, the first person who played Nick Fury in a film, TV show, whatever else.
Yes.
Was
David Hasselhoff.
Yes.
I know I catch a lot of flack from this from my friends. I think David Hasselhoff did a great Nick Fury.
I thought so too.
All the elements were there in his version of him as Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. with the life model decoys, with the supporting cast at that time. The life model decoys, the helicarrier, they did their version of it. Von Stryker was in there. All the Pierce, Tessa, Dum Dum Dugan, all those people were there. All of them. They were all there. Nick, and I'm telling you, I know people are going to crack David Hasselhoff. Yes, he's big in Germany. Kiss my ass. He was a great Nick Fury. I'll stand by that. I will go with that 100%. And seeing Nick Fury black, I have no problem with it because of how they did it.
Yes.
Because Mark Miller was doing the Ultimates, and it was Mark Miller, and I can't remember the artist's name who drew it, were fans of Samuel L. Jackson. So if you read the Ultimates, the first 5 issues, they threw in a lot of existing people. So they made, on purpose, Nick Fury look like Samuel L. Jackson because I like Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
So when they cast Sam to do the role, dead fucking on. If you read when you read the book, there's a scene where the Hulk, he breaks out. He's pissed off because Betty Ross, who Bruce Banner likes, they've broken up. He can't get over it.
He's in love with her.
Oh, he's in love with her. He's obsessed with her. And in the Ultimates, you might remember this part. I'm sure you do. She's out on a date with Freddie Prinze Jr. And the Hulk shows up.
Right.
And he even says it. It's like, Hulk, what are you doing? Hulk horny. He didn't say Hulk smash. Yeah, he climbed up the side of the building and he said, "Oh, I'm here with Freddie Prinze Jr." And they drew him as is. The thing with Mark Miller, I'm going to do more on this another time. Trust me, this man is mind-blowing. When he did Wanted, he drew Eminem in the comic book because he wanted Eminem to play the main character.
We're going to do another series after this, just comics on comics.
Yes, I've got something coming, so you're part of it. Yes, but so to get back with WandaVision, watched it, loved it, and the fun part is you have to watch it 2 times. Once to kind of get, okay, got what's going on, and then how many Easter eggs and things you can pick up. That's going to test your comic book knowledge.
And that's why, because I watched it and I picked up on a lot of stuff and I was kind of like, what the fuck is everybody talking about? Because, like everybody online is all, this is shit. What the fuck is this? And, I don't know. I don't get it and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but if you look, there's so many things going on, like Sword's there.
Yes.
And everybody's like, well, who the fuck is Sword? And I'm like,
source material.
I'm like, I don't have time to explain this. Just Google it, please. Like,
if you have to ask, you don't know.
But and then there's other things that keep coming out too, like little pieces, like the Wizard statue or
Yep.
um, uh, Reaper's mask,
In the
or
background on a bookcase, yes.
no, Reaper's mask was actually in between the floors on the Bewitched
Right.
opening
Yeah, yeah,
when
yeah,
he was going by,
yeah.
when Vision
Sorry.
was going through. Um, but I just saw this today. The ads that are appearing in WandaVision, the Stark Industries toaster with the red growing light, reality, Strucker watch, he'll make
Oh my
time for
God!
you,
No, 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 no!
time,
What are you doing to me?
the Hydra soap box, blue, floaty cube, weird, eh? Kind of like the Tesseract with the space stone.
What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? How'd I miss that?
I
Okay, so here's a question though. On the other side of that, is it too much for non-hardcore fans to enjoy?
I think it might be. I think it might be. Well, I don't want to say too much for the hardcore fans because there are a lot of hardcore fans for the movies.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just sorry.
The
So
cinematic universe
right, I'm
itself.
talking like I'm talking casual fans. When I say casual fans, the ones that haven't read the books, the ones that have just saw the movies, and they sit there and like, oh yeah, man, this is cool, and they don't know the backstory. Like they're only exposed to these things now because of the cinematic universe.
I think it might be because, like, I noticed like the Stark Industries. Obviously, she had an issue with Stark Industries because the bombs and everything else. Yes, Strucker. As soon as it came out, I'm like, well, Von Strucker. He was the guy that was fucking,
Put them in cubes.
experimenting.
Let's experimenting on them exactly.
Yeah, in Ultron, wasn't it? Yes.
Yep, yep. Age of Ultron.
I will totally admit that I completely missed the blue floaty cube.
Jeez, I didn't even catch those three. See,
I
and I've
noticed that
watched
it
it a
was
couple of
I
times.
noticed that it was Hydra soak, and I noticed that Hydra is on the watch,
Yep,
right? And that,
yep.
and so I mean, like I've noticed stuff like that, but there's some stuff like this. As soon as I saw this, I was like, "Holy shit!" So, and I think the way it is it's playing in Wanda's head because when they do like the rewinds and everything else and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatnot, she's controlling it. But I think it's also playing in
Yes.
her head because, like, and it dawned on me, I think in episode 3, I'm like, wait a minute, how the fuck is Vision still here? He's, because, yeah. So
Uh-huh.
all
Uh-huh.
that, and then, like, the radio when they were like, Wanda, who's doing this to you?
Yep.
And, the fact that, like, on the first 2 episodes, the only thing that you actually saw was like the color red.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything else was black and white, and then like
Exactly.
so
And the sets changed too because it went from the whole Bewitched set from the first
well, it
two
went from
episodes.
no, it went from I Love Lucy
Right. I Love
to
Lucy.
Bewitched,
Okay. And now we're in Brady Bunch.
Brady Bunch, and I think they're kind of like moving now. I think this is the launch for Phase 4.
Yes, because I know she's already tied in to be a major person in the next Doctor Strange movie. Can't remember what it's called. It's something Madness or whatever case be, Dimension of Madness. But
Something like
she's
that,
but she's in the next Doctor Strange movie. What I heard today, and I didn't get a chance to verify anything like that at all, is the actor who plays Quicksilver in the X-Men movies,
yeah. Okay.
right? Because they never show Wanda. They just, in the X-Men movies, one's owned by Fox, and of course now Disney owns all. You know, that actor is signed on to do some more Marvel stuff. I heard rumor wise that he's supposed to be coming into WandaVision. So yeah, because they killed off Pietro, her brother. in
Right.
one dimension. If they're going to start merging universes, she can bring over that one. It stole Pietro, it stole her brother, it stole Quicksilver. And, you see that certain things trigger with her when you mention his name. So that, it's going to be interesting.
Okay, so the chick that mentioned Pietro in
Yes.
the last episode.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Who is she?
My feeling, she's Captain Marvel, aka Photon. Also, the daughter from the Captain Marvel movie that came out, right? So she had, her co-pilot, and they had a little girl. That girl is now grown up because Captain Marvel happened in the 80s or whatever. So now she's grown up. Or in the 90s, sorry, in the 90s. So she's now grown up, and that is her. That's that, and she will get the Captain Marvel, the white and the black costume, and go through name changes.
And she's a member of Sword.
Absolutely, which makes sense.
Yeah, it fully makes sense.
It definitely, even if you go back to the Avengers cartoon, the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, right? And you watch that one, they show Carol Danvers being a part of Sword in her classic Miss Marvel costume, right? So she was working with Sword, she was working with the Avengers, and they kind of explained that with the Kree invasion. So, okay, take away that Captain Marvel and put in this Captain Marvel as a part of Sword. The cinematic universe always does things a little bit different. It still fits. It still fits that she can be part of Sword, exposed to whatever radiation and stuff like that happens with Case, and she becomes Captain Marvel, Photon, however you want to refer to her. She is that person. That's exactly who she is. And there's probably more coming out with her later on, and I think she might even probably cross over in some other of the Disney Plus series. But when she saw her with a Sword emblem necklace on there, and Wanda saw her, right?
Yeah, no, sorry, I was trying to look for her name, but I can't.
Wanda saw her.
No,
the actress, right? I know she goes by. She changed names. She was Foxy in episode 3 of WandaVision.
No, but I was looking for the kid's name, what she used to call her in Captain Marvel.
Oh, yeah, I'm bad with names. I'm not gonna. I know she called it right.
But she had a nickname for her, and I think, and I'm almost positive that's who it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll put it right there. That's exactly who she is. It'd be nice to see if she goes on that story arc and see how it does it.
We're definitely on the same page with that.
Absolutely. I love this stuff. As I said, I won't sit there and watch a football game, but this you can talk to me all day about it. Absolutely, yeah.
But watching or reading some of not the reviews. I don't want to call them reviews because they're just pinheads with a keyboard, really.
Yeah, I know they don't get it.
Well, this is fucking stupid. I don't understand. Well, first of all, you've never seen an episode of I Love Lucy or Bewitched, or so you're not going to get that part of it. But you're not. But even like the subtleties of, there's something else going on, and you have to figure out what it is. And they're not just going to sit there and go, here.
No.
Everybody said
even look at that town.
This is the beginning of Phase 4.
Yeah, look at the name of the town. What's the town called in there? Westview.
Right.
WandaVision.
Yeah.
WV. There's a lot of themes going through that, and at the end of episode 3, you see it that they're actually in a town. What's happening in the town? Why is Wanda in that town? That town is surrounded by Sword agents. They've got the lights on it. Wanda went in there for some reason. Maybe she had the mental breakdown that she did in a comic book somewhat, and they're doing their own version where Wanda said the words of "no more mutants," and that was in the comic book, and that's what happened, where it got rid of anyone with mutant powers except for like 118 people or 99 people only had their powers. All of the mutants lost their powers. Right. This might be her version of that breakdown. She's prone to a breakdown because in the comic book, at one point she realizes her kids are not. They're just manifestations of her power and not actual living human beings. And then Vision, during the West Coast Avengers run, Vision gets dissected. and it just causes her to go. Bleh. So she's lost her kids, she's lost her husband. Okay, she breaks down. She just loses it. So Vision dying at the end of Avengers, right, could have been a start of a breakdown for her, because we see them at the funeral. That's a lot to happen. I mean, if you look at it, some people are prepared for it, some people can't handle it. Yeah, your loved ones have been gone and dead for 5 years. You go through this big battle. The person you love just died on the battlefield, so to speak, trying to stop Thanos. Her brother's dead. Okay, Stark, who, his weapons killed her brother, but he kind of came around. So she's really maybe more in a fragile state of mind than they've shown in the movies. And I think something pushed her over the edge. And the fan theories are that she's back, and the two people that she keeps seeing in the commercials are who she remembers as her parents, because they're always the same actor and actress in there. And growing up where she grew up, these are shows that she watched growing up, because they're not going to get primetime cable TV with Disney Plus and AMC Plus and all these other things. They're going to get reruns of these shows, and that's all she remembers. So these are happy times for her. She's trying to forget all that anguish that she's gone through and try to put herself back to the happiest moments. And the happiest moments for her was seeing mom and dad in some form, having her boyfriend, her lover, her husband, Vision there. And she mentioned in the movies that she wanted a normal life. And this is it. I'm going to take Vision. I'm going to have a normal life. Ha ha ha. Living in a sitcom. How easy and how stress-free is living in a sitcom? Everything gets wrapped up in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's where her mind is at, I think.
No, and you know what? I mean, like, I can't wait to see where this is going. And I mean, like, I know I've seen some of the teasers for the episodes coming up, and they have that Halloween episode.
And they dress in their classic costumes. I'm you don't understand how geeky I am. I'm here in my jogging suit, but you can't see it. I'm wearing my Aquaman t-shirt. Hold up.
That's not Aquaman. That looks nothing like Jason Momoa.
I feel no way about it.
I just said that's not Aquaman. That looks nothing like Jason Momoa.
This is classic, man.
Oh, it is.
Filmation classic. This is Jason Momoa. You know what? I got to give it to him though. I watched this movie years ago, and I thought it was a little bit more lighthearted than it was. And I actually watched it again this weekend because it was on Amazon. And I watched it with my brother-in-law, and I'm like, holy crap, this is a lot more violent than I thought it was. I thought it was more lighthearted for some reason because he smiled. I was talking about Conan the Barbarian. Have you ever seen Jason Momoa's version of Conan the Barbarian? He did it in 2011.
Oh.
No, let's just say he needs to do a sequel.
Oh.
It's so good. He needs. They had a good cast in it. So Rose McGowan is in it. Obviously Jason Momoa. The girl who played Scarlet in the first G.I. Joe movie, she's in it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right, and they even brought this little kid in it. So he was on a Disney show, and he played a young Conan. So Ron Perlman's in it, playing Conan's father, playing Jason's father. Pardon me?
Nice.
Yeah, and then the kid, I don't know his name, but I know the actor. He's a little kid, he's got 2 dimples, like 2 marks there. So he played Snake Eyes as a kid in the G.I. Joe movies. When every time they showed Snake Eyes as a little kid.
Right, okay, I remember that.
Yeah, so he played this kid. So he's still around now doing acting. He's on an NBC or ABC show, but he was on a TV show for Disney called Kicking It, which was a martial arts studio, and he was in there as one of these little kids in there. And I said, and he played the Conan role.
Give me 1 second, sorry.
Yeah. So this kid is in the Disney Plus Kicking It. He played young Snake Eyes. He's a martial artist in real life, plus an actor, which is great. And I was looking for him to do more things. I don't know what happened with his career. He's still around. He's still acting up to now. But I would love to see him.
He's still a kid, so
No, he's grown. This is 2011, so now.
Well, no, but that's what I mean. So
yeah.
I mean, like, he was a kid. Now he's 9 years older. So, 10 years older now. So he's got to be completely different, really.
Yeah, he still has the same look. Like, I mean, overall, like some people change, but he's still in fit. He's still in shape. I'm going to talk about this another time, but this is who I envision to play Terry McGinnis in a Batman Beyond live action movie. Give me Michael Keaton and give me this kid to play Terry McGinnis. Now, if you see his work younger, he can do the physicality of it. He definitely in Conan, he's got one scene where he fights 5 guys barehanded. Oh. Yeah, and it's a bloody scene. He stabs someone in the foot. He stabs another guy in the groin. Yeah, and he doesn't speak much, but he's just angry. Okay, so let's tone it down a little bit on that. Give him a little bit more dialogue. There's your Terry McGinnis in a Batman Beyond live action movie. Put a budget, give it a script, but that's it. So we're not going to get off subject, but Conan, Jason Momoa, you have to
jump on that one now.
you have to put that on your list. Dave, put it on your list. Let me know what you think when you watch it.
I will, definitely, for sure.
I actually bought the DVD years ago, and I thought it was more lighthearted because at times you see him smile, but no, rewatching it, I was like, this is more dead on than it's really up there with the Conan one. I mean, the Arnold one. And if Jason Momoa now would do an older Conan on this movie, yeah. But get back to your WandaVision. I like how it's the subtleties. It's in the background. You gotta play detective when you're watching it, and for me, that's fun as a comic book fan. Sometimes you don't want things handed to you. You want to see that the studio took time to remember. It's like, well, we're doing the show, but we have fans that would really like if we just put this little emblem here,
right here. Yeah, it's just
right there. Yeah, okay, let's see. And that also generates, like, look, me and you were talking about it. A lot of people are talking about it. Everyone's coming up with their fan theories. People are going, and it's smart because it's got people rebuying the books. It's got people looking. There's people watching it's a half an hour episode, and people are like, yeah, man, I spent 3 hours watching WandaVision. Which one? Episode 1. Why? Because there's this little thing in a corner here where the hand is doing. Come on, that's fun. That's fun.
I had to slow it down. I had to move it around. I had to do this. I had to do that.
It's geek treasure hunt.
So essentially, this week's coming to a close now. If you're gonna watch the comic book movies and TV shows and everything else, calm the fuck down. Like, they're supposed to be fun, man. They're not supposed to. It's not Shakespeare. There's not going to be.
It's not an escape. It's an escape. It's an escape.
Like, it's not an escape, really.
Sorry,
fucking
long day.
It was.
Yeah, it's an escape. Look, it's like my man, a great poet once said, "Do or do not. There is no try." Yoda.
Actually, that reminded me of what was it? Star Wars Rebels?
Right?
When he was like, do or do not, there is no try. What does that even mean? I don't know. My master used to say it all the time.
Yeah.
Yoda loved it. I don't know why.
But it's true. It's either you go in, suspend disbelief, sit there, enjoy the hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever the movie is, enjoy it. Enjoy the special effects. Enjoy the storytelling. Enjoy that these characters are coming up. Enjoy that there's still movies being made that are original and not a reboot of a reboot of a remake of a reboot of something else. It's new. I know everyone's going to want to see it a certain way, but it's still new. Enjoy it. There's some movies. I mean, there's some comic movies even I won't watch. There's some of I look at, I'm like, oh hell no. And they're very few, but there's a couple.
Depends.
There's look, Catwoman. I can't do Halle Berry Catwoman.
Oh fuck. Okay, I purge that from my fucking mind.
And my bad for bringing it back and putting it in there, but the best thing about that was the poster. Okay, I'm good. And even then,
yeah.
But there's some movies, okay, but there's other ones that I will still watch. The Death of the Incredible Hulk, Trial of the Incredible Hulk, Return of the Incredible Hulk. Those movies with Bill Bixby. Okay, they had a lot of substance. They had heart. They didn't have the budget, but they had heart. And
that's all that matters sometimes.
That's all you need.
But not only that, too. And I mean, like, let's be honest. If Bernie can hang out with Deadpool, right? I mean,
he's Deadpool's accountant. Do you know how much you spend on bullets, man? I have to make a spreadsheet for all of this.
Listen, is this all your fucking receipts? Like, really?
You know how many costumes you've gone through in 1 year? Thank God you stuck with red.
Yeah.
The white one wasn't working for you. The white
No.
one wasn't working for you, Deadpool. No, go
But,
in, enjoy.
Yeah, go enjoy it, relax, shut the fuck up. I mean, like, if you liked it, great. If you didn't, okay. Well, it's not going to change the mind of people that actually want to see it and want to enjoy it. It's your opinion is just that. It's your fucking opinion. Okay, my opinion is my opinion. Barry's opinion is Barry's opinion. For the most part, unless you watch this and you like really want to get involved and whatnot, you're not going to give a shit what we say. Right.
Yep.
So just, be like Bernie. Literally. Just be like Bernie. Don't care. Like, just be Bernie.
Be
Bernie. What I
Bernie.
mean? Just sit there, and even if you hate the movie, just sit there and watch it and go, I can't believe I'm fucking sitting here still. What the fuck is this? I don't understand it. Why are they doing that? Why? Who's the guy with the fucking glowing fist? What is he, Fisto? Like, what is he?
He's trying to understand Lady Gaga's outfit. It's like, okay, I get it from the waist up.
What is this? The fucking Hunger Games? I don't know. What's with the pin? I don't understand.
No, it's more like
why the fuck is Katniss singing the national anthem? I don't get it.
No, see, Bernie's a finance guy. You got to take it from his point of view. So he's sitting there going, how much did that pin cost? Did she pay that much for that pin? She just could have gone and got a paperboard cut out and done it at the dollar store. How much she pay for that? That's a lot of money. What's Garth Brooks wearing? Oh, he's in jeans. Oh, okay. All right. Then he's keeping it practical. Jeans, cowboy hat. I like you, Garth. You're on budget. Yeah. Katy Perry, how much are we paying for these fireworks? I didn't approve this. You're blowing the budget. It's Bernie. It's all about dollars and cents.
I'm telling you one more time, I'm just going to... this is the last fucking inauguration that I'm coming to. If I don't fucking get the nomination next time, fuck this. I'm getting the fuck out of Washington. I don't...
Going back to Vermont. Oh. I came to the inauguration and all I got was these pair of gloves.
Once again, my friends, I am asking you, obviously you can see me in this global warming is bullshit because I'm freezing my balls off, right?
I got one on either hand and one on my... I bought 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right, that's our time for today. Join us next week or whenever the hell you want. It's really up to you. We're just going to be throwing these up eventually, and hopefully the jokes still resonate when they do. And so yeah, that's it for me, Dave. Ton of fun. Barry, 3D. Good seeing you again. Good talking to you, my brother.
You too.
Okay? There's a lot of good people out in this world, and if you can't find one, be one. Okay. Have a good week.